So no cookies for you? What's going on?
Not much. Who are you?
Who are you?
You say, I'm gonna lick you.
Oh, I say that a lot.
You say that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lick you. You say that a lot to 13-year-old girls?
No.
She's got dreams of her own deep inside. How do I know? It's my job. I'm your guide. So stick with me and you'll see where this is going. You'll hear the city's heartbeat in every square of concrete. Come follow me now. Welcome to Hollywood.
Welcome to Operation Pedo Bait. This is a new operation that was started and is being run by one Anonymous Vendetta, and I am assisting by publishing the information after the police have had time to react to it. How this operation works is Anonymous Vendetta, who is an anonymous hacker, has gone around and set up Instagram accounts, Facebook accounts, and Tinder accounts that are posing as underage females and I guess potentially males maybe as well. And those accounts then get into conversations with pedophiles that approach them and try to meet up with them and then engage with sexual conversations with them. Once those conversations take place, that information, and once the pedophile has been identified, that information is then sent to the police. After it's been sent to the police by Anonymous Vendetta then sends me the information that was sent to the police. I wait to see if there's any response from the police. When none happens after a few days, then we make the information public so that the information is available to the public and people know what is going on with these individuals in their local communities. So we have done this, we're doing this in order to catch pedophiles. People should know they're not allowed to engage in sexually explicit conversations with underage women. The Anthony Weiner case is a highlight of this, where he was sexting a 15-year-old girl, I believe it was. So that's what we're doing here, is we're trying to out these other pedophiles that may not have big names like Anthony Weiner, however, are just as dangerous to children. So as the pedophiles are using social media networks like Facebook, Instagram, and these other places to meet underage women, we are now going to target those social media networks to target the individuals who are preying on children. Now, children don't always know what the best thing to do is. They stumble into applications and things that they don't belong on. So that's why we're also including some of these dating applications where underage girls can sometimes get onto them, like Tinder, without any age verification in reality, and then get into conversations with adults. So these conversations have all been recorded and sent to the police. So this is the email that I received. What I received was a instant checkmate background report for one James Bonica, 48, of Melrose, Massachusetts. Included in that is quite a bit of information, including all of his addresses, including current address, all of his cell phone numbers, including current cell phone numbers, email addresses, social media accounts, the works. And that's that first PDF document that you can see in the attachments. And then all of the images that you see in the attachments are the conversations that were recorded on Tinder and then emailed first to the police and then to me. You can see here, Titus Frostbite, I don't understand that. Enjoy Pedo Bait Target 1, James Bonica. Reported to Melrose Police, see below, 40 plus other targets in similar convos currently. So I've been saying this is, the type of stuff that's going on. And I've got more emails since this. And also Twitter DMs with more information. So it's been really interesting. But this is the email that I got. You can see I got it on Monday, so I've held off on reporting this. And I've actually gotten more emails since then, which we'll cover later. As you can see here, this was sent to the Melrose Police Monday, September 24th. Looks like right before it was sent to me. Dear Melrose Mass Police, Anonymous has set up a bait account on Tinder to help identify child predators using that social media site. We take that information, we send it to the police, and then we send it to journalists for publishing. I don't know if anyone else received this email or not. I know I did. We are contacting you in regards to one James Bonica of Melrose. Full background report attached. James has been spending the past few days in a full-blown sexual conversation on Tinder with what he believes is a 15-year-old high school sophomore. I attach the screenshots, all from Tinder, his Tinder account, or his Insta images on Tinder. Screenshots attached. He is still sending messages as of today to the account via Tinder. He does not yet know the phone number of the 15-year-old girl he is desperately trying to meet with. You could probably get him to meet an officer at a coffee shop, just a thought. Please do whatever you think is best at this point. I do not wish to be contacted or have my cover blown, so I'm passing this info to you and shortly after to journalists that cover child trafficking. If I get more of these quote-unquote men in your city, expect to get more emails with more data. Jim is your problem now, Anonymous Vendetta. And that was sent to the police along with all those attachments that were sent to me as well. So all these screenshots were sent to me in the email. These are the screenshots that were in the attachments. These are also all sent to the police. I was the one who added in the black marks over some of the names because I don't want the bait account to get identified, so I removed the names that would be able to identify AV's bait account on Tinder so that it can continue the conversations that it's in, because right now it's in multiple conversations that I'm getting updated on daily. So, interesting. So, anyways, this is how the conversation with this Jim Bonica of Melrose, Mass took place. So Jim says, "Hey, blank. Hi. What's a cutie like you up to today? And how..." Well, actually, no, I should say this before we go on. This is a sexually explicit conversation. It can be disturbing, so just be pre-warned. Jim says, "How old are you?" Because the profile of the bait account that we're using says 18 years old, but then in the description box it says star not 18. So that indicates that it's not actually 18 years old yet. So this guy matched with that account knowing that. "How old are you?" 15. "Is age a problem for you?" Jim says, "No. You're far enough away to prevent temptation. You are super sexy." "Thanks. What do you do for work?" "You're welcome. I'm in software." So in the very first line of conversation, the fact that Jim is speaking with what he believes is a underage girl of 15 years of age has already been established. At this point, he should have said, "I'm not willing to discuss with you." The fact that he continued makes it illegal right off the bat. "Jim, I love it. Are you Tindering in school?" "Yes." "Ha ha, naughty, naughty. Where do you live?" "That's okay. I'm Tindering at work." Just keep that in mind for anyone that may work with Jim, because I'm going to be sending this to the people that he works with. "That's okay. I'm Tindering at work." "Melrose, Mass is the town he lives in." "You?" ? And my contact says Bourne. They picked different towns. They thought maybe Bourne because they thought I might go and get into a confrontation with this individual in person, which I am not willing to do. So that I am going to leave up to the authorities. So I don't think they're going to be using Bourne too much more. So our bait account says, "I'm new here and I don't know anyone, so not so much." "Where'd you move from?" he says. "Arizona." "Oh no, your first winter coming up." "Yes, I hate the cold." "You'll look cute in a sweater and hat." "Did your whole family move to Bourne?" "What brought you all here?" So he continues to try to groom this 15-year-old. Anonymous Vendetta replies, "My dad's job." "You're in the 10th grade, he says. "Did you get your phone confiscated?" Because you can see time elapsed there. So he got mad that he wasn't getting a response from AV. But you can see here, he's acknowledging multiple times how young this girl he thinks is. You're in the 10th grade, question mark. Just busy. He goes, I bet. What do you like to do for fun, he says. So he's continuing this conversation on, even though he's established that this girl is very young, very young. He thinks she's 15 years old and a high school sophomore. So AV didn't send me the full conversation between that last section and this one, so I don't know what was in there. It's probably just nothing, but he says, are you attracted to older guys? And AV says, yeah, silly. Just checking. A lot of girls are. Have you been to Boston? Yeah, I bet a lot of 15-year-old girls are into you there, Jim. Guy's so creepy. No, why? Maybe one day I can sneak you up to explore it a bit. See what he's doing here? Sneak you up. He's trying to get this 15-year-old girl up into Boston for the night with him. And he's got to sneak it because he knows what he's doing is illegal. So the bait account says, maybe get you appreciating the state a bit more. What would you like to know about me, he says. So you can see he's trying to get this girl to go, what he thinks is a 15-year-old, to go up to the city with him for the night. Pretty disgusting stuff. Then this guy goes into straight pedophile grooming techniques. Confessions. We alternate questions on anything. Only rule is you have to be completely honest and no judging, smiley face. This is a common pedophile grooming technique. Interestingly, when I looked into the background report of Jim, he's been a tutor for high school girls and high school age children. So that's pretty worrisome, and hopefully that does not continue in the future. Hopefully people will find this video and not allow their children to be tutored by this individual, especially alone without parental supervision. So the AV says, okay, how young is the youngest girl you have been with? Jim says 18. This guy's 48 years old, mind you. And he's now in a conversation with a 15-year-old. And then he says, what's your favorite color? So AV says, depends on what it's for. So what will we do in Boston? Trying to get this guy to further describe the horrific, awful things he wants to do, obviously. Jim replies to the 15-year-old, I'm not sure. Walk around, explore, get some food. I'm a good tour guide. Are you a virgin? Question mark. So that's his thoughts about Boston. Go around, get some food, then basically have sex, because that's why he's asking about the virginity of the 15-year-old. So he says, AV says, nope. And then he goes, your turn, devil face, by the way. And then AV says, I like it when the man makes the plans, but what would you want to do with me if you could? Question mark. I think the funny part about this screenshot is obviously Anonymous Vendetta just got another message from one of the other accounts they're in one of these conversations with. It's kind of funny. Anyways, he says here, what would you do with me if you could, says AV. Then Jim replies, explore every inch of your body, but we should probably see if we like each first. Okay, sounds like fun, says AV. But this guy's now talking about having sexual contact with a 15-year-old, which is what he wants to do in his own words, is explore every inch of your body to a 15-year-old. So you can see AV's clearly trying to get this guy to basically dox himself in his own words. So AV says, what's the name of the company you work for? Is it some big time cool corporation? Do you have to wear a suit to work? I like that, like the movie. And I'm guessing, I don't know what movie they're referencing. Must be some, I don't know. That part of the conversation wasn't in here, so I don't know. People can probably figure that out and leave it in the comment section. So Jim says, that's multiple questions. I work for a small company, casual clothes, but that's why I have that picture of me all dressed up on my profile. And then he says to a 15-year-old, do you touch yourself? This guy thinks he's talking to a 15-year-old, okay? Do you touch yourself, he says. So AV says back, yes. You want to see it, then I need to know if I can trust you. I don't know what happened between that and this, but AV says, yeah, sucks. They were mad a guy 26 was flirting with me and I left my laptop open. So Jim says, oh shoot, is there a Barnes & Noble or Starbucks near you? We could meet there and chat. I understand you wanting to be safe. That's really smart. Is blank reading all this? And I assume that blank is like some sort of fake friend that AV created. But interestingly here, once again, now Jim is trying to meet this 15-year-old at a Starbucks or Barnes & Noble. So he's actually trying to get a 15-year-old to meet him in person. So this has now gone from texting through this application to actually trying to draw a 15-year-old out so that he can go and meet a 15-year-old for sexual reasons. AV says, no, blank is not reading all this. She would have to drive me though. I will show you, but you need to tell me your last name and address, or blank won't drive me. She said she'll stay in her car. Also your number, ? So then he says, hi, blank. I wound up making other plans, but I would still love to meet you and chat. You seem like an interesting girl, and I always like to know interesting people. So I guess whatever didn't take place, so they're trying to set up plans again. So once again, this guy's trying to meet up with a 15-year-old. And obviously you can tell here AV is trying to get this guy to dox himself by being like, I need you to tell me your last name and address, blank, right? So they're trying to trick this guy into giving all of his information up on this application. So interesting. But that's how it works. And he continues past that to try to meet up with this 15-year-old. Then Jim says, I hope we can chat in the meantime until we can make plans. So then AV says, okay, what's your last name? Bonica? You are not married or something like that? ? So this is where we're establishing the name. So AV asked, is your last name Bonica? So Jim, really James, says, haha, how'd you find that? And then AV says, your Instagram. And then I was looking at the pictures via Tinder because this guy, I guess, linked his Instagram to Tinder. So it was really easy to figure out who he was because his Instagram had his name on it. See, not trying to hide stuff, he says. Not married, no kids. And then, well, do you have a nice car at... I don't know what the next... So AV says, dominant men, but I like to be taken for rides in cars, and the back of cars. Haha, you'll like my car, says Jim. So you know my name, my number is the number here on the screen. I just want to show that so that we can prove that it is the guy that we are saying it is. That's all you're getting for now. My plans fell through, by the way. Want to meet this afternoon. Enjoying my afternoon coffee. The only thing is missing you is sitting across from me. So he's trying to get this 15-year-old to come and meet with him. And he's actually, I believe, at a Starbucks or some sort of coffee shop to do that. So then the conversation goes, AV says, I don't have a ride. Tell me, Jim, do you want to fuck my tight little wet 15-year-old pussy? I want it bad. Can you handle it? I've been touching myself for an hour straight now. Devil face. And Jim says, what happened to blank? She went home. I thought you were busy. He says, too bad. I would still be down for meeting you. Maybe we can make plans for another time, smiley face. So clearly he's interested in continuing this. He still knows that he's talking to a 15-year-old. It was referenced again, and the conversation is extremely sexual at this point, and he still has not ended the conversation, proving that this guy is a pedophile and a child groomer. AV replies, yeah, sure, but talk dirty to me now. I'm alone and having fun. Jim says, "It sounds like it. You're a very naughty girl, a real handful. Do me a favor." "What?" says AV. "Text me a picture of you, just a cute selfie, nothing naughty." Then the conversation goes really downhill for Jim. "Working on your pose, question mark, when he doesn't get a selfie picture. "Do you, question mark? Hey, smiley face. "How was school, question mark. "I bet you thought all day about me licking and teasing you until you begged me to slide inside you. Devil smiley face. You being tied up at my mercy just like Anastasia." Here you can clearly see Jim is engaging in a sexual conversation with what he believes is a 15-year-old, where he's talking about performing bondage on a 15-year-old girl. So now you get to see the face of evil. This is James Bonica, who goes by Jim on Tinder. He's 48 years old, went to Northeastern University, and is a software quality engineer. Lives in Melrose, Massachusetts. The social media account tied to his Tinder account is this one here, where it says his name, Jim Bonica, with a picture of him. The Instagram account name is Joey Vitamins. It's a private account with not many followers, and he's not following too many people. However, he's made it attached to his Tinder account. You can see here James Bonica works for, that's where he works, so we'll be contacting them with this video just to let them know what their employee is up to during his work hours, which is Tindering with 15-year-old girls. So I don't think that's acceptable behavior, and I highly doubt that his employers do either. We got the full open background report on James Bonica. Everything that this guy has online about himself was sent not only to me, but also to the police. This report from instantcheckmate.com, it's a PDF report that was sent to me, has everything. Every job this guy's ever had, every place this guy's ever lived, every phone number he's ever had, email address, social media account, including even his speeding tickets. I'm not including that in this video, nor am I putting this information out because I do not want to dox this individual. So we are not going to be putting this out, unfortunately, for Anonymous Vendetta, who really did want me to put all this out. Here's another page of it. I have not included James's address in this video, his phone number, any way to contact him directly, other than through just standard social media information like Instagram. So I'm not doxing James. I'm just putting out the information that James had publicly with a account that he thought was a 15-year-old girl. Here's some pictures of James from the Tinder account. These weren't even from his private Instagram. These are images that he allowed to be shared on Tinder that were included in the report and sent to me. So here's Mr. Dashing Pedophile in a tuxedo on the top right. Here he is again on the far right, just to help identify this individual for the public. Here he is again having a smoothie or something, but this is the one James Bonica who was in a conversation with a 15-year-old girl in his own mind, trying to get her to meet up with him, go do bondage type things. That's James Bonica. That's the type of individual he is. Keep him away from your children. So we waited a few days. I told Anonymous Vendetta I would publish this on Wednesday, but then the activity continued and Melrose police didn't do anything, so we figured we'd wait a few more days and see if they responded. They did not. So this email was sent on Wednesday. Dear Melrose PD, James has continued this activity, see attached. One journalist has contacted me back after I sent a few of them the email I sent you and is willing to publish the information which he plans to release tomorrow. His email is copied into this now. Thanks for the help. I hope you take the scumbag off the streets. Yours truly, AV Anonymous Vendetta. So I got more conversation from Jim attached, and it just gets even worse from here. I'm surprised the police haven't done anything about this guy because of the nature of the conversation I'm about to show you. So you can see just like Anastasia's where we left off, he says paying attention because he hadn't got a response. Hey V, let's make a plan for me to pick you up from school. See this? Now he's trying to pick up the 15-year-old from school. This guy literally is planning to drive down to a high school to pick up a sophomore who's 15 years old. AV says, yeah, sounds good. How is your day going? Hey you, so far so good. How's school? So once again, talking about school to what he thinks is a 15-year-old he's trying to have sex with. Going well. You have a big day. Want to meet me after class and go do naughty things? At which point James says, no, this is wrong. It's illegal for me to do things like this with a 15-year-old. Oh wait, no, that's not what he says. What he actually says is, what time are you out? 2:45 today. Where can you meet? I can't drive, so school, ? Okay, where's that? Bourne High. Okay, let me check on a meeting I have. So now he's going to try and cancel a business meeting so that he can drive down to Bourne from Melrose, Mass, or wherever he works, to pick up a 15-year-old girl from high school. Let that sink in for a minute, especially if you work with this individual. He's going to try to cancel a business meeting to drive down to pick up a 15-year-old girl to have sex with her from high school. Guy's 48 years old, by the way. Okay, let me check on a meeting I have. And then later, I can't reschedule an important meeting I have at 5. So he tried to reschedule a business meeting to go down and pick up a 15-year-old from high school. Let's do another day. Or do you another day? Smiley face, whatever. So saying he wants to have sex with her another day. So he's going to drive down and pick up a 15-year-old to have sex with her from school. So then AV says, okay, how about tomorrow? And then I'm not sure what took place there, but AV said in the last message that they had informed Jim that the police had been notified that he had been talking with an anonymous pedophile hunter and that it was going to be released publicly. So, welcome to Hollywood, Jim. Welcome. Welcome to the internet knowing about your activities and how sick you are. I hereby request that the Melrose police place James Bonica under arrest for sexual digital conversations with what he believed was a 15-year-old girl, for child grooming and for endangerment of a child, and for making plans to pick up a 15-year-old girl from high school to have sex with her. I'm sure there's a bunch of crimes involved with that. James Bonica, go fuck yourself. Have a nice day.
Welcome to Hollywood. What's your dream?
So no cookies for you? What's going on?
Not much. Who are you?
Who are you?
You say, I'm gonna lick you.
Oh, I say that a lot. That's,
You say that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lick you. You say that a lot to 13-year-old girls?
No.
She's got dreams of her own deep inside. How do I know? It's my job. I'm your guide. So stick with me and you'll see where this is going. You'll hear the city's heartbeat in every square of concrete. Come follow me now. Welcome to Hollywood.